In a quiet, picturesque town, nestled deep in the woods, there was an old dilapidated Victorian house that had been abandoned for decades. Locals had long whispered about the dark secrets that shrouded the place, but few dared to venture near it. The stories that circulated were tales of eerie sounds, ghostly apparitions, and a cursed doll that had been left behind. The legend of the creepy doll began with a family that had once inhabited the house. The Morgans were an ordinary, happy family, or so it seemed. They had a daughter, Emily, who was known for her obsession with dolls. She collected them from all over the world, amassing a vast, diverse collection that filled her room. One fateful night, a powerful thunderstorm swept through the town, setting the old house ablaze. The flames consumed the entire building, leaving nothing behind but charred ruins. Miraculously, the Morgans survived, but Emily's room was destroyed and her beloved dolls were lost to the flames. Or so the Morgans thought. Several weeks later, after the ashes had cooled and the Morgans had relocated, they received an unexpected package. It was addressed to Emily, and inside was a doll unlike any she had ever seen. It had porcelain skin, piercing blue eyes, and a lifelike, haunting smile. It was dressed in a tiny, frilly, antique gown. The moment Emily touched the doll, an eerie sensation washed over her. It felt as if the doll's eyes were watching her every move, and its smile seemed to grow wider when nobody was looking. Still, she couldn't part with it. She placed it on her bedside table, and each night she would hear faint, ghostly giggles that seemed to come from the doll itself. Emily's behavior began to change. She became obsessed with the doll, spending hours talking to it as if it were a real friend. She stopped going to school, barely ate, and grew increasingly pale and gaunt. Her parents, worried about their daughter's strange behavior, sought the help of a local priest. The priest visited the Morgans' new home and immediately sensed the presence of something malevolent. He performed a cleansing ritual, but it only seemed to anger the entity, bound to the doll. The doll's once muted giggles grew louder and more unsettling. One night, as a thick fog settled over the town, Emily's parents were jolted awake by her blood-curdling screams. They rushed to her room and found her writhing in pain, the creepy doll clutched tightly in her hands. The priest was called again, but by the time he arrived, it was too late. Emily was found dead, her lifeless eyes staring at the ceiling, and the doll was gone. Since that night, the creepy doll has been missing, but the stories continue. Locals claim they can still hear the echoing laughter and mournful cries of a young girl lost to the sinister forces that had taken hold of her. Some say the doll is cursed, others claim it is possessed by a vengeful spirit. Regardless of the truth, the Victorian house and its creepy doll remain a source of fear and fascination, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most innocent of objects.